I don't remember. Okay, Xbox. No worries, Xbox. It's all in the past now. Uh-oh. Timeout. Terrible defense to start the game. Absolutely terrible defense. All right, there. I finally got it. Woohoo! Finally got it for playback and also Facebook. Thank God. Only took 14 tries. What's up, YouTube? What's up, Facebook? It's Lakers Fast Break. Lakers are down early. Poor defense by the Lakers so far. Glad to have you here nonetheless. It is Gerald Glassford from the Lakers Fast Break. Cannot thank you enough for joining us. Sorry for the delay, YouTube and Facebook. Took a couple minutes getting playback to do its thing, but I truly appreciate you joining us. It is Gerald Glassford. Be up there in the comments in just a sec, guys. Listen, shut up, Joe. It is terrible defense. If you're giving up those shots, it is terrible defense. Understand basketball. Go watch your Dodgers. Poor defense. Turnovers. Bad basketball. Shut up, Joe. You know what? And then after I punch you in the face, how do you like that, Joe? Boom, right in the face. You slap me, I punch you. Got you, Joe. No, not so far. Sloppy ball handling so far. Terrible defense on the perimeter, Aussie. Yeah, it's not looked good so far after an early lead. Just wondering what these tweaks in the rotation by JJ Redick, as he called it, will be. Uh, he's still got an inch on me, inch or two on me. I'm 6'2". I think he's 6'3", 6'4". You said that, not on Xbox. That's a foul. That's a foul. Foul him. Foul somebody. Oh, and they brought Max Christie again as the sixth man. That is just a dumb move, JJ. Okay. And another turnover. Yeah, Xbox, he's always the first one off the floor, Xbox, in their rotation. Refs missed that one, and man, I don't want to say that yet, Aussie, but yeah, the Cleveland Cavaliers have gotten off to a good start. At least JJ is quick to call those timeouts, which is good. Anything to stop the momentum. By the way, you guys can't ask for Lonnie Walker anymore because he signed with the European team earlier today. Oh, right in the face. Chris, you better hit some shots. There's good ball movement. Oh, that's a better block shot. That was actually a good give and go. Oh, come on. That's your shot, Austin. Stop the ball. I don't know, cool bro. Remember, I'm a little bit slightly older than you are, so I don't know what haircut will work. I know what worked for me back in 1987, but I don't know what works for you. Man, 28 to 15. Lakers are down already. Nice shot. Having hair, start off with. There you go. Traveling. Okay, where's this tweak in the rotation that JJ was talking about? Because I don't see it. Yeah, I know JSJ. That's not what I want to hear. There you go. I know JSJ, but I know there's going to be a Brawny sighting somewhere. Uh, this defense is awful right now. Come on, guys, tighten up. Oh, he got hit again, and he's transition defense is awful. There's Dalton. Why do my friends say the word slay? Because that is the current Gen Z language, cool bro. My daughters even say it. Put a hand up at least, Hayes. And you threw it out of bounds. Okay. Heat check. Lakers are down 42-23 to start the game for end of the first quarter.
Hey Gerald,
Hey, what's going on, Nick? Sorry, doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. What's going on, my friend?
good, good. Yeah, just catching a bit of the game. Looks like a blowout so far.
Yeah, a combination of things: turnovers, poor defense, poor transition defense, the offense not moving very well. Yeah, it's not been a good showing so far, but it's early, and also as well the refs missing a call when the AD got smacked in the face. But yeah, it's still early. What is Jackson Hayes doing asking for the ball at the 3-point line? That's where he should be right there.
Yep.
Oh, hey, while I've got you here, just hit me.
hmm
Um, the fan wall at the Intuit at the toilet bowl. Is that could somebody challenge that on a legal basis?
So I don't know much about it, Gerald. From what I understand, it's I guess the legal challenge there would be more of like a privacy concern, right? Of
Or let's say that one of those four of those clips, because I know they're vetted. I know they're vetted Clippers fans. You have to be, go through certain things in order to get those tickets. But let's say the four of those seats on the fan wall want to sell out to four, I don't know, just random guys like Joe, Nick, Gerald, and Jamie. Let's just use those guys as an example.
hmm
They happen to be Lakers fans.
hmm
Why couldn't they be able to do that?
mm. No, you're right. So you're actually like viewing the issue, Gerald, more of a kind of a discriminatory like issue
Yes.
against Lakers fans.
Or against any fans per se, whether it's Cavs fans, whether it's Celtics fans, but just basically you're limiting the amount of people that can sit in those seats.
Yeah, so I think a legal challenge would actually be difficult, Gerald, for the reason that the Clippers are a private organization. And so if they were a state actor, like let's say it was a state agency or some organization owned by the government, then a discriminatory practice would not be allowed. But generally speaking, uh, a private organization can limit the participation of its members or who can be a member.
Okay.
This has actually been like litigated quite a bit. For example, Gerald, so for example, there's been people, let's say, people of color trying to be part of the KKK
Hmm.
and challenging why they can't be part of the KKK. But the Supreme Court has ruled that the KKK, because it's a private organization, it can limit the uh, membership of its members to who they want.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even though it's I don't know, I guess it's a private stadium, it's still classified as that, even though it's holds games and concerts and events for the public. Still
Yeah,
considered that.
it would still be, yeah, it would still be a private endeavor. Where I saw like more of like the legal challenge, and it's actually it extends beyond the wall. It's at the dome at the Clipper Stadium, Gerald. You may be aware that each and every seat at the dome actually has it's a very high tech stadium. And part of the technology that they've implemented at the stadium is that each and every seat has the ability to know at what volume you're yelling or chanting or screaming. And people have raised concerns about that from a privacy perspective, whether, a organization can like literally almost eavesdrop on like the volumes levels of your voice.
Okay. That's I've been meaning to ask you that question. I know Joe says, "Oh, everybody always just sues people a lot." But I'm just wondering if it was a because it's a public venue in many ways, but still owned by a private individual. I guess yeah, that's the way it is. So, all right, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you letting me know. So,
Yeah, I know that, like, I'm not sure if this practice is done in in the US, but I know that certain stadiums, for example, soccer stadiums in Europe, Gerald, will actually limit the sale of tickets to people that are not fans of their team.
Okay.
So in other words, let's say the Las Vegas Raiders, which we know that oftentimes they end up playing away even though they're at home.
Like this past weekend.
Yeah. So let's say that they could they have you ever seen a situation, Gerald? Again, I've seen it outside this country, but like let's say the Las Vegas Raiders, I'm not sure how many tickets they would sell, but like let's say they they wanted to implement a policy, we're only allocating 20% of tickets to the opposing team's fans.
Well, they have that Raiders section. I don't know if you know where it is. It's on the lower right hand side. There's
Hmm.
supposed to be I forget what they call it, the Raiders wall. But to tell you how loyal that Raiders wall is, there were actually mixed in Chiefs fans in that supposed Raiders section that they
Wow.
are supposedly have. So,
Yeah.
tells you, but I mean, obviously, in college campuses like Duke, Cameron Stadium, Cameron Indoor Stadium, or Cameron Indoor Arena, they have, of course, the fan section specifically for Duke, and that's something that's not going to change. So I was just wondering how that would work on a more public forum, because it's something that obviously the league is taking a look at,
Hmm.
and more of these arenas are probably going to go to something like that in the future. I have a feeling that because it was such a distraction to the Suns in that first game, that it's something I think that will a lot of teams are going to buy in. A lot of teams are going to buy into in the future going forward.
Yeah, no, I think so too, Gerald. I think it's going to be a interesting thing, but yeah, we'll see what happens. With I do have to give praise to Balmer, Gerald. I do think it's a nice stadium.
Yeah, I like it. What I've seen, I don't like the $68 parking, Nick, but I do think it's a well set up arena, well
Wow,
thought out.
parking is that high? Wow.
Yes, you go on the app. It's all done by the app. I was reading up on it. It's all done by the app. It is, if you want to park in the garage next to the arena, it is $68. So just to let you know.
Yeah, that's insane.
By the way, Nick had a great poll. Uh, Most don't think that JJ will get his first tech tonight. The second poll put up there by JSJ, is the Coolbro curse real? And right now, the majority is saying yes. So, but Nick, are you nervous about tonight's Dodgers game?
I I'm not because I do think that the Dod I don't think the Dodgers are gonna win tonight, Gerald. I think they're gonna win on Friday.
Okay.
Um, it's actually sad, Gerald, just as an aside, got notice from a building down in downtown LA and where I have an office and um a lot of businesses down there are actually boarding up their walls and their windows in light of a potential Dodger celebration. Um, I don't have to tell you, but like it does baffle me why people can't celebrate peacefully, and uh, it's actually sad that it's a cause for concern that a team like the Dodgers uh, actually raises a lot of fear for business owners in the community.
I agree with you 100%. I mean, the celebration part between whenever the Lakers or Dodgers win is awesome, but do we have to destroy businesses? Do we have to destroy people's hard work and make things more expensive for their consumers because of it? That's what I don't understand. We can all have a good time without having to go ahead and destroy things.
Yeah, I'm sure you remember, Gerald, the looting that took place with the Lakers three-peats, you know? I'm sure there were some LA business owners that were happy when the Lakers stopped winning.
I'm sure that's the case. Again, finishing a problem for
Gerald, is there another city in the states that does that for their sports team?
What the celebration as far as
Yeah, like
the
the
parades?
looting and stuff.
I would say New York, but I don't. I remember the last time New York has won. Oh, the Liberty just won theirs. I don't think anybody was looting, to my knowledge. Could you say Philadelphia? I don't remember when Philadelphia won the Super Bowl. Yeah,
Philly's
Joe.
not so much a riot city; they're just pieces of garbage.
Yeah, Joe, I was just telling Gerald that we were getting notices from like businesses in downtown LA, and that's where my law firm has an office, and the landlords have all been putting up plywood and boarding up the walls and windows and everything, and yeah, we it's just like kind of sad that like a Dodgers victory could lead to those precautions, you know.
I,
Unfortunately, LA has too many people, like New York, Philly. These places have too many people, too many grown children, just too many dopers, too much lack of IQ, just morons. That's why, and of course, LA being this, allow yourself to get shot first and defend yourself second is it's only going to make it worse. My motto is I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. I don't care what county I'm in. I don't care what city I'm in. I don't care if they allow guns or don't allow guns. I'm protecting myself and I'm not taking any chances. I'll deal with the courts, but I'll be alive.
I'll defend you, Joe.
No, I appreciate it, Nick. I first one I'd call, man.
My first rule of advice, though, Joe, don't speak without an attorney. But
Oh
you
no,
already
no,
know
don't
that.
worry. I already, my buddy Kevin already has. It's funny. I've talked to Kevin, my buddy. You'll meet him one day, Nick. He's the only guy that I've ever known in my life that I haven't been able to break, like really piss off. He's not a human being. I don't know what he is. And I told him, I said, I don't care. You know, we were talking about settlements and when you haven't done anything wrong. And I said, I would never settle. I would never settle. I'll go to the depths of hell to never. No, settling means you're guilty. He goes, shut up. You'd settle in a second because you'd be stupid not to if it means you spending time in jail or wasting your millions of dollars on lawyer fees.
Yeah, I actually just had a case that I thought wasn't going to settle, Joe, because the client was very adamant about litigating and suing, and as soon as the fees started piling up, that's when they started reconsidering, and now they're very likely going to settle.
Yeah, it's just I'm like to think that I'm probably going to be okay in my life. I'm good at being proactive and getting myself in trouble.
On the bright side, Joe, settlement agreements could be like number one confidential, assuming you're not settling with a public entity. So, like, let's say that you were settling with, I don't know, the city of San Diego. Um, by law, settlement agreements with like a public entity can't be confidential because there's this whole issue about like taxpayers need to know where the money is going if they're paying you out,
Mhm.
or if they're paying out like a lawsuit. But assuming that's not the case, a settlement agreement could be confidential. And second, a settlement agreement could also have like non-disparagement clauses, and also like clauses that state that you're not admitting any fault.
If I was famous, would that still be the same? That would still get leaked out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but usually, like, for example, let's take the Combs case, and he settled his first lawsuit with the woman that he was beating up on camera, Cassie Ventura. So that settlement is actually like confidential, we don't know exactly first of all like how much she got paid, but second of all, she actually can't comment on the case anymore, um, at all. So like, I mean, we do know that a settlement took place, but we just don't know any details about it. And she
Right.
can't, like, for example, like, um, you know, she can't, for example, like sell her story now to like Netflix and have a
Yeah, 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 yeah.
documentary. Yeah, all that.
Sounds like that's what happened with the chick from the Kobe case. She disappeared.
Yeah, they definitely like made sure that settlement was under lock and key. I don't even think we really even found out her name.
Her name is out there. I forgot what it was, but it's been pretty crazy how you barely have any pictures of her outside. You never really saw her, even when they had the court proceedings. That just you never really saw her. I don't even know if she was there. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, and Joe, like, that's actually a good example to bring up because the situation evolved or really like turned worse for Kobe because he spoke without attorneys present.
Yeah,
We have transcripts of they're on like that website. I'm sure you're familiar with the Smoking Gun. We have transcripts of his interrogations, his first interrogations with the cops, and I mean, he was just blabbing and blabbing away. And like, when you read through this stuff, and your first thought as an attorney is like, you should have just never spoken. You know?
it was the perfect storm to. It was a perfect storm of bad choices by Kobe because I think had he not spoken, there would have been less backlash from the people around him. So not only did it screw up his legal situation in a way, I wouldn't say, I don't know if screwing up is the right word, but not listening to what his rights are, I should say. But in him talking, he affected other things outside that situation. Talking about Shaq, telling them about this.
Xbox, I think on the PDD case, new charges are have been added on it in recent days, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's still trying to be formulated out as far as what exactly he will be charged with, still before a case even starts.
And Joe, like, yeah, as far as like, yeah, I think Kobe, you know, he was talking. I will say this, like, part of it, and even like as a person that's like, you know, like a practicing attorney, it's still tough to like heed that advice of not talking without an attorney present. It's just difficult advice to follow because our human nature is to defend ourselves, right? It's to say, "Hey, I didn't do it." Joe, did you take that cookie? Right? Like, no, I didn't. And even though like, you know, you feel in your heart that you did nothing wrong, like it's so hard for you to like stay away from talking, you know?
You notice the one thing you don't like about LeBron when he argues and he holds up the defense, AD just did, even though he did foul him. Okay, if we can cut this lead under 10 by the half, get back in this.
Nick, you still there?
Yeah, Joe, I'm right here.
Sorry, I got a phone call, cut off my communication. The what was I talking about? I kind of drew a blank.
Oh, you were talking about Kobe.
So
Joe.
Kobe's mistake was he was talking about his other chick in the transcripts. I think it was a girl named Michelle, and he if he had just said, "With all due respect, officer, I'm going to wait for my attorney. I'm just going to be quiet." He wouldn't have insulted Shaq. We wouldn't have found out about him doing other things, even though common sense would have told us he does. But not having to hear it would have would have been a little bit better. And of course, know the law is the moral of the story.
Yeah, Joe, and I guess you were on your phone call, but like I was actually one thing that like I was saying was that even as a person like myself that's in the law, like it's so hard to follow that advice, right? Of like keeping your mouth shut because your first instinct as a human is to defend yourself and say I didn't do it.
Yeah, no one cares about that. Unfortunately, you gotta get out of your mind in that and be ready for people thinking you did it, whether you like it or not.
I do think, Joe, that Kobe ultimately, and rest in peace, like I do think that he ultimately did do a good job of, I guess, erasing that like as much as he could. Because imagine if that had taken place, like, in 2017, right? Like
Yeah,
he would have been canceled. Or
I
he wouldn't even have been awarded an MVP after that, even if he had deserved it, you know?
maybe you're right on that. I Chappelle had a stand up not too long after that. He said Kobe's was one of those guys though that it's because he's the history of black people in America, and whenever it came to black guy and white girl and all that, he said he was one of the few guys that he saw that people were like, nah, and it wasn't just black people saying it, was white people too. The other one was Mike Tyson. As crazy as Mike Tyson was, no one really believed what went on with him. So it's a it tarnished his career. It didn't define him, thank God. It did. He did overcome it. We don't really know what happened, although he did make a bad choice. I always try to think of common sense stuff. Why would someone all of a sudden decide to do something like that, in out of nowhere? I think there's a habitual thing that usually happens when things come out. You look at somebody like Bill Cosby, there's a habitual history there. And then I'd also I was also following this Jerome Bettis thing a few months before then, and the lady ended up coming out and saying, "No, I lied," and Jerome Bettis was dealing with it, and luckily, because people love Jerome Bettis, it didn't come out as much. And then, of course, the lady finally came out and said I was lying. I mean, it was. I remember thinking, my God, this lady was trying to take down one of the icons of that area, which is, I think it was, I don't know if it was in Michigan or in Pittsburgh at the time. I can't remember, but God, could you imagine what he was going through? He didn't even do anything. He wasn't even I guess he wasn't even involved with this chick, and she pulled some BS on him.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the vultures are out there, and I think that's an insult to vultures, by the way, because vultures don't show up until something's dead.
Joe, like the most, and I'm not sure if you'll agree with this, but like probably, definitely for me, like one of the most remarkable things of LeBron's career, and his career isn't over yet, so who knows? Maybe I'm speaking too soon. but like we have never heard of a mistress, as far as I know.
I've heard something. It's just not public.
Bro, that brother was going wild in Miami. Come on, man.
I've heard he's got a, and I'm sorry if this is going to hurt some people, but I've got some really good info that it's very similar to Denzel Washington, where there's an understanding. I'll just leave it at that.
What's up, Henry? Glad to have you here during this
Whether
disaster.
it's true or not, I don't know.
What's up, brother? How are you?
Some Will Smith, Jada open relationship type of stuff, I guess.
I don't understand, even if it was open, I don't understand why Will Smith would ever allow himself to be abused like that.
What the fuck, man? His hip hurts.
He heard it early in the game, Henry.
Yeah, it was a non-foul call. I saw it, but this guy, last 3 years, he's had hip issues.
Oh, Austin, terrible defense, Austin.
Bro, LeBron was in Miami during his 20s. You don't think he cheated?
There, Oprah, before she turned into this trashy Oprah, she might have been trashy then, but when she was doing her show, she was interviewing Denzel and his wife, and they were talking about how there are women straight up just coming up to him and in front of her and trying to make a move. And she had asked a question, Oprah did, and his wife said he still comes home. And I'm like, ooh, I read that completely different than everybody else because the crowd went nuts, and Oprah and her fake ass
Look at
was
AD
like,
limping.
I'm like, did I hear that right? You all interpret that as, oh, he goes home? I heard he still comes home. Why did she say he still comes home? So yeah, I don't know. It's those guys are these guys are kings, and they have everything coming at them nonstop, all the time, 24/7. Virile men with power and money. Come on, guys.
They can get, bro. Are you kidding, bro? In Miami? Are you kidding? You know how many hot girls there are in Miami?
Yeah. Henry, you have a point, and Joe, you do too. Now I'm just like thinking, how's that? How is that dynamic or those situations playing out now with number 9 on the team? You know, like how is LeBron Senior like managing those situations?
Probably in the same way he's managed himself. He makes sure he probably vets them. Well, I think it was BB King. Was it BB King? Might have been some famous artist back in the day that started the contract thing. The
I
indie.
think he's means like that's his mom, you know. If he's there on the road and LeBron's doing something, isn't that kind of awkward with his son there?
My advice to anyone who's famous, young, rich, if they're a public professional, I would make a book and title it "The Way Derek Jeter Did It," and I would highly and you could put Jerry Seinfeld as the forward in that. Derek Jeter did it right. Derek Jeter did not get married while he was playing. He got married after he got done playing. Had a
Derek
family.
Jeter, 100%.
And Seinfeld, same thing. I think he got married when he was 43 after Seinfeld ended. Unless you're a really secure man, you're like a Clayton Kershaw type, very religious, very conservative, very whatever. and that's just who you are, and you go from the ballpark to home, and you don't go anywhere. Yeah, you're better off just not allowing yourself to get in those
Just
spaces.
enjoy your life, man. You have that status. Enjoy it.
And you could have his parents told him not to get married, and I'm not, I like Vanessa. I think she's great. He ended up marrying a great person. She dealt with all that too and still stuck with him. But you can't have everything, dude. I mean, I guess you could, but it's not real. If you're a guy that's married and it's kind of open, to me, that's not a real marriage.
Nah, that's not a real marriage, bro.
If you screw up, like if you make a mistake, okay, we're human. I get that. But if you're deliberately doing that, no.
That's not a real marriage,
No,
bro.
that's not a real marriage.
My girl would have a knife in my heart and a knife in that girl's heart.
Joe, I respect the players that were honest with like their infidelities. Like Shaq, he's been open about it.
Yeah, Shaq, I think him admitting it allows him to continue to do what he does, because he's kind of let the cat out of the bag already. Same thing with Ric Flair. Ric Flair did that 30 for 30, and he was pretty adamant and pretty detailed on, I basically spent one day not being a crazy man. What's weird about Ric Flair is he got married before he became famous, and then obviously that didn't work out. I said, okay, maybe he learned his lesson from that and just decided, look, you're on the road 350 times of the year. Why would you go get married the second time and have 2 more kids? Like, it just, some of these guys just don't think. They want both.
Joe, Magic might have been the worst of them.
Yeah, Magic was just he was caught between 2 worlds, and for some reason, he wanted Cookie, right? But he wanted her when he wanted her, not when she wanted him.
And Cookie has still stuck by him, which is incredible.
Good person, man. Jeez. One pitch pop up by Ohtani is a ball breaker, man. Come on.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, man. Gotta work the count.
Halftime, it's the Lakers down by 19, 67-48.
Do you guys hear my TV?
No.
Okay, perfect. Who is that performing at the Cavs halftime?
I don't know. Everybody looks the same to me these days.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, who the fuck is that guy?
They all dress like in jeans with stupid hats and stupid shirts.
Sean Harder says, best Jeter line ever. When he was told that a Miss Universe was interested in him, Jeter said something like, I'm not going down that road again, because he had already actually dated a Miss Universe.
Jeter's a legend, man. He enjoyed to the fullest having basically the city of New York at your disposal. Can you imagine the girls he come across? Not the ones that we know. The ones that are not even popular, that are better looking than the celebrities. I can only imagine.
Once again, to let everybody know, if this game gets done before 6:45, I'll go on for a few minutes, but we've got a full wrap-up of the day's events at 9 p.m. for a full post-game at 9 p.m. on the Lakers Fast Break.
Come on, guys. 5-pitch first inning? Come on, man.
Are you that far ahead of me?
No,
Henry?
it counts 1-1. Freddie's up.
Oh, I thought you were that. I was like, damn, you're really ahead of me. Oh, I guess you're right.
Yeah, it's middle first. I've got middle first on ESPN already.
Oh yeah, I just got that. 7-pitch first inning.
Do they really want to win it at home?
I think though, I can't say that. I have to see how Flaherty looks. I will say though, if it goes to game 6, they do have the starting pitching advantage then. So,
And the crowd and the atmosphere, and I guess if that's what it's going to be, where they can finish it off at home, then I guess that's the way it's got to be.
I think it was the last 50 years, no, in baseball at least, World Series down 3-1. It's never gone 3-2. So,
Yeah, but the problem is the Dodgers only have 3 starting pitchers.
yeah, no,
And-
I get it. I get it. I mean, look, to be honest, you can't complain. Like they're 1 win before the season. If I told you, hey, they're going to be 1 win away from the World Series, up 3-1, everyone's going to take it. So,
Yeah, I would be in. I mean, I don't even. My brain can't really register that they're going to blow a 3-0 lead. I just can't see it.
no, they're not. They're not going to do that. They're going to win game 6 if they lose today.
Joe, you've probably talked about this, but what was your take on the Mookie Betts glove grabbing situation?
I can't believe that that ownership didn't say right out the gate that guy's never coming back here again. That was a terrible. They
Major League Baseball had to ban him.
Yeah, Major League Baseball. I hope Manfred said that guy will never come into your stadium. Otherwise, I'll fine your ass.
I was just shocked at the lack of respect. The guy was like smiling while he was trying to take the glove
Yeah, he
and
looked
open
like
the glove.
looked like he was a short bus mom, still living with his mom, piece of shit.
Yeah.
Gronk needs to reevaluate his friends. I love New York, but that fan is a piece of shit.
Wait, that guy is really Gronk's friend?
He knew him, I guess, at Arizona when he was going to college.
He does look like Arizona guy.
Just started, Jeremy. Bottom of the first, 0-0.
I saw what Alex Verdugo said. He's like, he kind of had no problem with what the fan did. Like, what? Come on, bro.
Verdugo's a ghetto. He's a ghetto dude.
Yes, cool, bro. That's what I just said. Bottom of the first.
Can we ban him for the night so I don't have to hear Cool Bro
Well,
anymore?
Jeremy also asked the same question.
Yeah, but Cool Bro always asks dumb questions every 5 minutes.
Nice.
Sean, yeah, Dalton's look bad, but the whole entire bench has looked bad. That's what happens when you have the worst bench in the league right now. Zero outs.
Damn. Nice pitch distribution right there. Good stuff. When did they change the slider to sweeper for righties? The slider.
I think recently.
Yeah, because I kept seeing sweeper recently. I'm like, what the hell? Oh, late 2021. There you go.
Not really, Jeremy. Outside of a slam dunk early on, LeBron, the entire team has struggled right now. AD looked like he got himself hurt. Yeah, I mean, LeBron has 12, AD has 12. Defense has been absolutely abysmal. Transition D. Turnovers, they already have 10. It's not one for the record books. Let's just let's say that for the first half.
Ugly first half for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh.
The only time I really got upset with him was when he had the AI girlfriend and his choice, and that his continual diet of fast food.
The patience of a monk is crazy.
I'm like, that garbage. I kept telling him that garbage would catch up to him, but he didn't want to listen to me.
Bro, the guy's metabolism, he probably takes a shit every 30 minutes. He's like 60 years old.
Could be right on that, Andrew. That's funny.
D'Lo has not played well.
We lost on Monday, Jeremy, against the Sun.
Oh, wait. Did I just see that right? Oh, no. 2-run bomb by Judge?
Yes. Yankees lead 2-0.
Oh, man.
They were finally waiting for Judge to do something, and he finally did something. So Dodgers down early 2-0.
Such a short porch in right field. It's crazy, man.
Oh yeah. Well, I figured Ohtani. Well, I know he's hurt now, but man, I was thinking Ohtani would be more inclined. Yeah.
Ohtani, Muncy.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even have a hit all series. Muncy.
Yeah, I gave it to him already, Alan.
Yesterday, Will Smith had like a regular pop-up and went over the porch.
Cool, bro. I don't think any professional team lets any other professional team in their championship series win a game. So whoever's telling you that is full of it.
My friend said the Dodgers are letting the Yankees win these games on purpose. That's honestly a good conversation kids are probably having in school.
And a turnover.
Damn.
This is just 3-point practice for Cleveland.
Another home run. 3-0.
Flaherty looks like he's off his mark tonight. Looks like you guys may get to see Bronny tonight.
Oh, right down the middle.
Well, it's clear they want to put D'Lo more off ball this season.
They need to put D'Lo on another team this season.
There you go.
And one.
And missed. And he's not even going back.
And here's a 3 on the other end. Or a layup. He literally just stood there, Joe.
I saw that. Because as soon as he missed it, he was just
It
like standing
always
there.
happens, bro. He never gets back. I mean, he's 40, but you know what it is? It's contagious, you know? Other
Yeah.
players don't get back.
Oh, AD did in the first half, where he argued a call and he didn't hustle back, and it led to a slam dunk for Allen.
Yep. And then I saw Rui got blocked and just laid on the ground on the other end. It's contagious, bro. Basketball is very contagious. You play off your teammates. It's not like baseball. You step in the box, it's just you and the pitcher.
Are they even out of the first yet, Henry? Because it's still showing me.
No, they're not.
Jeez.
2 outs, 3-0. But Flaherty's throwing meatballs down the middle. How can I don't know, man. Baseball's such a weird sport. "21 pitches in the first inning."
I think D'Lo has actually regressed on the defensive end. I don't know, and I didn't think you could go that much farther down. But yeah, it seems like it's gotten worse this season.
You think
And
it's
another
because he's not more active on the offensive end? So he's
Probably.
like, "Fuck that. I'm not playing defense."
Bench them all. Let's just set it up for the first. This is a clinic.
You think JJ Redick is gonna say, "Well, that's a hell of a ball club over there"?
He'll say something. That's for sure. I'm sure he'll give them their flowers.
Yeah, in fairness, Cleveland is balling to start the year, right? They're 4-0.
Yes. Them, Boston, and OKC, I think, are the only undefeated teams still left.
Oh God, that's the most painful part. That Boston is so good.
They've not even been challenged or come even close to being challenged so far.
It's like they're playing JV teams, bro. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
You are correct.
And they don't even have Porzingis.
No.
That gives them another dimension. Max has been horrible. NorCal Max. SoCal Max has been horrible.
Christie hasn't been much better, though, in the past couple of games. So this whole bench is terrible. Or has played terribly, I should say.
Why would you pay that guy 8 mil, 10 mil a year for that much? I don't get it. They didn't learn from THT?
No. Rob likes those really young guys that he drafts at a very early age that he thinks are going to develop.
My theory is he has the ego the size of this earth and he doesn't want to look wrong. So he wants to, whenever you have to cut bait but you don't want to, as like a manager.
Maybe Yamamoto was tired, cool bro. I don't know the rotation. That's
Yamamoto's pitching Friday.
Okay, well that's why, cool, bro. Have some heart, Lakers. Come on.
Oh
An
dear.
air ball.
Oh my god.
That's out of a timeout.
I don't think it has anything with heart. Who's he, Doobie? JJ Riddick?
Or Rob. I think Rob. Rob Palinka, yeah. Remember his famous we're going to give the team 30 games to evaluate what we have, blah blah blah. Traveling. And of course he makes it. There you go. That's better. LeBron has 18. Anthony Davis has 13. Those are the only two in double figures at this time. Lakers are down by 16, 75-59.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go get a haircut. I'll be back.
You got it. Thanks, Henry. Man, that's bad defense.
It's a layup line. Max Christie goes to the paint to go set a screen in the paint instead of looking for the ball or calling for it. That's how bad he is. If you guys have the energy to rewind that last play, watch him. He had no one in front of him. He went to go set a screen on the right baseline area instead of calling for the ball to get a maybe an easy layup or something. That's how bad he is.
Keith. Go Lakers, by the way, Keith. But the free throws are on the side of the Lakers. Another turnover.
Green camera.
Give up offensive rebounds. That's what happens. And one for AD. Well, that's what the guys were saying for a while, Doobie. He's just not it. And he just gave up a layup. Right down the middle. Yes, he's in New York, cool bro. And another turnover. This is just a comedy of errors. They don't even need to shoot 3 threes anymore. They're making too many layups. Oh, right around Max. Richard's saying, hello, Richard on YouTube. How you doing? He says, Joe, bad day for us. Tell me the Dodgers ain't going to blow this, and I'll believe you.
Well, Rodon is going to pitch Game 6, and so is Yamamoto. And then if, let's say they lose that, they got Walker Buehler in Game 7. And Walker Buehler is a beast. So I didn't know what to make of yesterday's game because it was a bullpen game. Again, it's very hard when you only have 3 starting pitchers, and especially when you have one of those pitchers he's good one game, he's bad one game, which is what this is playing out to be. But I have full faith in Yamamoto in Game 6. And I think Dodger Stadium will ignite the offense a little bit more than being in Yankee Stadium. Garrett Cole's he's the real ace right now left. He was the only real ace left in the playoffs in the last 4, like the final 4. So I guess the Dodgers just gonna have to finish this at home. I just don't see how they're gonna lose 4 in a row. I can't see it. I'm sorry. Rob Pelinka doesn't have 30 games with the bench. He very well could put the Lakers in a spot that, but he's got no choice. He's going to have to eat it.
They've got to help on Garland. That's why they just made that 3, because they have to help on Garland because Max can't guard him. That's why Connect gave up that 3, because he had to go help out, take a step towards Garland. Max is getting destroyed by Garland right now.
They have no one. Doesn't matter how the ball movement works. Doesn't matter how good LeBron and AD play. You're not going to beat a team that can play defense and score in this league.
Absolutely, Rodell. The whole bench has been crap. That's for everyone. When you have the worst bench in the league, there is no one that is doing well.
I'm surprised it's only 20, to be honest. That was either a foul.
At least he's got to put the ball up to go for like Stu says, and he didn't. Tell him, Stu. Tell him, Stu.
What does Stu say?
He's saying because he's telling Max Christie, when you get fouled or hear the, you've got, instead of passing it, you got to shoot the ball. They just have no answer for that quickness of Garland. Vincent couldn't stay with them. They even to switch on LeBron. Unbelievable. Terrible play by Connect. Hey, how about trying to make a pass? Anyone on the team. I told you, Marcan, stop acting stupid and stop sounding like an idiot
Who?
on YouTube.
Mark who?
Marcan. He's the one that's fixated on LeBron being part of the P Diddy case or whatnot. He's hoping that he's part of the P Diddy case. He's been saying a whole bunch of dumb stuff on YouTube. I
Let
can
me
only
guess.
tolerate.
Let me guess. They have a list. The
Well,
biggest fucking scam in news. Everybody has a fucking list.
Well, okay. Today he says he's paraphrasing. He said today already that he says he's part of the P Diddy thing. That he took LeBron to the P Diddy parties at 13. that Braun is going to have a fake injury on the 5th of November. That Brawny is going to be first team defense, all defense. I'm just like, that was the cake, man. If you want to be an idiot somewhere else. I have no tolerance for it.
Maybe he's just a bot.
No, he comes up every now and then. Unfortunately, it's too random to be a bot. He's an idiot. Well, you're going to get Bronny to play Rodell. At least they are. Thank you, Sean. Yes, it is awful. Both games are awful. But at least the Dodgers still have a chance. Although it is 20, so that is within the realm of the Joe rule, the Joe Soro rule.
What?
If it's within 20 in the NBA, you still have a chance.
Usually that's when it's probably second quarter, maybe early third quarter, fourth quarter with this team being as fluid as they are. I don't know if that's going to happen. Something they'd have to turn into the Portland Trailblazers of Game 7 in 2000.
Six points from the bench again. Meh.
Yeah, but forget about that. How much did the bench give up?
Let me see. Got -7 for Jackson Hayes, -8 for Gabe Vincent, -19 for Max Christie, and -7 for Dalton Connect.
Yeah.
Although everyone on the team is minuses tonight. Christie got a free throw. Jackson Hayes got a bucket. And then Gabe Vincent got that 3. Oh, this is ridiculous. Sit LeBron and AD down, please.
Maybe they can focus more on the father-son in this game instead of winning. Oh, wait, they already did. Never mind.
They're going to look at that for a flagrant. Yeah, no one gets out of this tonight, Rodell, as far as from blame. They all looked bad tonight. Just give him a tech and let's just be done with it. Don't throw him out of the game, please. Although you should sit him down at this point. This game is...
Adam Silver really needs to do something about these stupid freaking calls. Seriously, this is absolutely stupid. You couldn't get used oil for those two schmucks.
I mean, you guys always say, "Oh, trade D'Lo, trade Gabe, trade Vando, trade Max, trade Wood, trade Reddish." What is that really going to get you? The only thing that the Lakers have that other teams want is the picks. Now you got to shoot it against Mobley. That's a brick. Can we just sit LeBron and AD down? Oh, AD is sit down. So can we just sit LeBron down, please? Oh, but he's got to do that hallmark moment. You're right.
Yeah, because that's what's important. Then he's going to do it in Miami twice.
Good shot, Connect. We need like 10 more of those, please. Doobie, maybe he should be our point guard.
It's just one play, man. Come on.
I know, I'm joking. I am joking.
It's just one play. Relax.
Shut up. Nice. There you go.
It's just two plays. Creating history that no one gives two shits about.
How is Jackson Hayes at the top of the key? Or excuse me, near the free throw line? Nice.
Nice what?
Nice shot. I know, Doobie. That's what he's going to get that rep. Question for Joe from Juan. Do you think Otani is more injured than he's letting on?
Yes. No, Doobie. We don't have any assets. We have nothing. This is likely going to be the team with an addition of a buyout player or maybe a low-level trade, but nothing big, unfortunately. Palinka would have to get a massive favor from somebody for something like that to happen.
Because the 2 first-round draft picks, there are teams that could give away a lot more first-round draft picks if a star player becomes available. Oh, 5-0 now.
They want him to win in LA, Gerald.
I guess apparently. Yeah, but I'm not a big fan of playing with my food.
Chavez Ravine wants some more sales.
I put a new poll out there. Want to go ahead and answer it there?
Jesus Christ, Gerald, do you have to do this shit?
Yes, I do. It was
No,
asked
you
for in the
don't.
chat.
I don't want to hear his name or know he's there. I have him blocked for a reason. If you didn't say his fucking name every 5 seconds, I wouldn't even know he's there.
You're hilarious.
This is a grown man's forum, not a fucking daycare.
Easy. Well, he didn't earn his time. JHS had an opportunity to be part of the rotation, and as you saw in the preseason, he was thought of being part of that rotation. He was actually called out by JJ Redick and had his opportunity and didn't get it done. So now he's back in the G League. And one. There you go.
Is there some reason why this game's not finishing? How is there still 4 minutes left?
They keep calling those fouls, slowing the game down. I think I actually will have time for a post-game show right after the game.
I'll roll. It looks like I'm going to be on the show because I don't think this baseball game is going to be doing much.
But I'm just gonna shut it down at 7, Joe, and then I'll do something larger at 9 if you want to, just to let you know.
Okay.
So I gotta leave at 7.
Do you really want to? Does it really matter? Do you want me to just finish it?
Yeah, I'll let you finish it. Yeah, just make sure you log in as me so you can
Yeah.
finish whenever you want it. So, all right, let me change it in the talk studio. I'm gonna change the time. I'm not going to disagree with you on that one, Doobie, but hey, points are points. All right, I sent the link, but yeah, log in as me so you can turn off anytime. I probably will not because I got to go pick up my daughter and my wife today, so probably won't be on till about 8:30 back home.
You want to just do it at 9?
Well, that's what I had it at 9 in the first place.
Yeah, just do it 9. I don't want to cut it off. There's some good conversations tonight we can do.
Okay. Let me just change it back to 9 then.
Yeah. It's not that the Lakers bench sucks, it's that they don't have a bench. There are 3 players starting on this team that are bench guys. They're supposed to be bench guys. I'd say Austin can start. He's a good starter, but he'd be better off the bench. And D'Lo has been as bad as I've seen him since his rookie year. Honestly, I saw it in training camp. He has been complete dog shit. If he's not making a shot, he's useless. Honestly,
Who's
even
that?
the few passes that he's made, yes, it's nice distributing a little bit here and there. But if he's not making shots, this team just does not have a chance because there's
Oh, you're
no one
talking
else.
about D'Lo, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right on that one because his defense has got even worse this season.
Yeah, it's not good.
And that's the thing. Jeremy's saying on YouTube, D'Lo just checked out. He is the one player who cannot check out because he's got money on the line next summer, so he's not going to get a whole lot. What's up, Dwight? How you doing on YouTube?
I didn't vote. Jesus, this is like it's like a freaking, it's like a Special Olympics fucking joke of a fucking thing. Look at everybody going nuts because he made a shot. This is professional fucking basketball, man. This is the NBA. Look at this. Look at the mockery of this. Unreal. They've turned this into a reality show. Fucking joke.
My God, we're even making Tristan Kardashian look good. That's disgraceful. That's funny. All right, guys, we're going to have our post-game show at 9 p.m. There's no reason to go ahead and on right away, I guess. This wasn't pretty. The Dodgers not exactly looking good either, so. We'll be back on at 9 p.m. for the post-game.
Later, everyone.
Thanks for joining us through this misery. Lakers are the losers, 134 to 110. We'll be back tonight at 9 p.m. for the post game, right here at the Lakers Fast Break Podcast. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Nick. Thanks, Henry. Truly appreciate you guys being part of what we're doing here. Thanks, YouTube and Facebook. We'll be back later tonight for the post.